Welcome to Relay.
Hello? Maybe. Hopefully this works. Hopefully you can hear us. Hopefully we're live. Hopefully, there aren't currently nuclear warheads heading to each of our locations in a sneak attack by anti-Star Citizen.
The nation of Torred.
Yes. Welcome to Station. This is the Relay. Fastcart is here. He's a prominent British member of the Star Citizen community. We're also joined by Ghost 404, known as a bow-tied and bespectacled, brew-busting, bearded man. Shiver is here. He is a prominent member of Star Citizen's Wait. I think I got these wrong. I'm Jacob
You
Hella.
can't use that. That's our word, man.
I'm Jacob Bradley. I'm your host for the day.
That is cultural appropriation.
Starting it off well. Hello, everyone. Ghost, thank you for joining us.
No problem. Yeah, Ghost, apparently last name 404, because somebody put a space there.
Should there not be a space?
I don't even know if you need the 404, but you do what you want to do.
He couldn't find it.
It's terrible.
Expect lots of those to come in the next
Okay.
hour and a half.
I hate him.
I'm hilarious.
That's the spirit.
Oh, God. Okay.
Just gonna emote.
So, welcome to the station. That's that. Okay. I am all over the place right now. Yeah. How you doing, Fastcart?
I'm doing well. You're looking spectacular today.
Thank you. I decided to shower.
That's what was missing last night.
Yes. Yeah. And also, dress. Okay.
That's not a dress. That's some sort of part of a suit, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm
Well, I
still wearing...
can't see the lower half.
You
That could be
can't.
half a dress.
I'm assuming it's only from the waist up.
It is. My pants are
bottom
Oh, like a
PJs.
professional newscaster.
My pants are pajamas with palm trees on them.
I was gonna guess Ninja Turtles.
I don't
Damn
believe you.
I wish they were. I wish I had Ninja Turtles PJs.
Well, at least we're not making bad puns like last night talking about distress for dress. So someone,
Is that pun with a little b or big B?
yes,
That would be with a small p.
P. Right. Haha. Letters. I know how they work.
I mean, a B, a P. It's the same depending on which way you look at it.
yeah,
That's deep.
the orientation matters.
But we don't judge.
Okay, so how have each of your weeks been in Star Citizen? Ghost, what's your takeaway from the week in Star Citizen?
Not a whole heck of a lot going on. Had a decent ATV. What the hell is it called? The production schedule is still kind of not great because it's very short in relation to what it has been in the past, just because they're kind of still getting things back in gear for the new year. I am excited to see what goes on and how well the website launch goes next week.
Yes.
Because I'm hoping for a number of things. One, I hope that it actually is a proper launch where they actually have all the different parts of their website look the same, because that hasn't been a thing forever. We keep getting like, oh, they updated this part of the website, except the main page is new, but like the hangar page and like your account page are different. And it's kind of ridiculous how they keep doing that, but I'm hoping for a lot more updates to the production report when that comes out.
To be honest, I'm kind of worried about them saying that the focus is on new players, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I seem to remember the last time they did a web page update, they had said that they were making things better for new players also.
Well, they kind of did, just for them to hopefully be more better.
I mean, it's a bit of a nightmare for existing players to navigate their way through the website sometimes. So
Yeah, but we already gave them money, so we don't matter anymore.
This is true.
that's true. Yeah.
They really just need to make it so it's much easier to get into it and actually see what the hell's going on when you're not logged in.
Personally,
feel like
the thing I hope for is that they remove the 10K and 15K $1,000 package until you actually bought a package.
I think they should remove anything that doesn't have a package as an option until you have a package.
That's actually a good idea, to be honest.
Considering we're still getting people on a daily basis coming into the subreddit and talking about how, hey, did I actually buy the game?
Yeah.
No, you didn't, because it just says ship.
Yeah. I think they should, until you own a package, you cannot buy anything that does not include a package.
And then the thing about
now, what if I wanted some sort of quick reference chart to know which package was the ideal package for me? Would there be something in the community out there that's been created by someone?
That sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah, I hadn't updated in a while, but yeah. And matter of fact, there's a new package, $14.95 that I have to update, that I have to add to it. Let me find. Wait.
No, I don't think that exists, Shiver.
Oh, that's a shame.
I kind of hope that they'll go to something with the site where, when you already have a patch and you log in, you're logged into a view that has maybe Spectrum and the things that matter, not this giant banner at the top that takes up literally the entire screen.
How did that look on a phone?
Terrible.
Oh, okay.
But that's just me.
Well, they did say they were going to improve the phone.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because mobile first.
I've got a small amount of, I suppose you could call it criticism. I don't know if it's criticism really, but look at Spectrum and how similar it is to Discord, and then you look at some features of the new website and how similar it is to Trello, and you just think, well, why can't you just make use of this? Is there a reason, genuine reason, why they can't use the existing apps already? I mean, I can understand Discord because that needs to be integrated into the game, but
I'd say I think game integration is the biggest thing that they were doing all this crap for, because once it actually, a long time from now, it will actually matter. Right now, no.
Part of the problem though is until there's the game integration, it doesn't matter. I mean, there's no way we're going to move Relay's Discord over to Spectrum anytime soon because every single person alive has Discord now. Discord is how we speak to each other.
Citation needed.
Every person alive? Every person alive?
Every person alive. All of them. I know things. I am a very stable genius. Trust me.
And it's like we're using Discord right now to video chat.
It's true. Someday they'll fix their goddamn screen tearing. Angers me.
Maybe they have already. You just don't know it. When was the last time you tried it?
Last week.
Last week.
I test it frequently. Yeah, Topher Fleischer says that Spectrum will have its advantages later in game, and yes, it will. When you can message people in the game, when you can join in on them through Spectrum, Spectrum is the bridge between out of game and in game, and when there's orgs and stuff. But until then, and let's be honest, that's a fair ways away, I think.
Yeah, that's like 4.0, 5.0.
I mean, that's a long ways away. Until then. Yeah.
But you know what they need to put in Spectrum first? Mobile integration.
Yeah, it's true.
I should have guessed that one.
Mobile first. So, that was a good summary from Ghost. What about you, Shiver? Did you notice anything particular this week in Star Citizen?
Nothing in particular. I mean, but I really like the new Razor. Well, I say I really like the new Razor. I like the old Razor, but I still dig the Razor. It's glorious. It's sleek. It's futuristic, and it looks like a space car, man.
Do you have
so much
one?
better than the Endeavor.
No, because I hate fucking racing.
What?
Yeah, I don't agree with that. It's not better
Excuse
than ever.
Excuse me, you're fired.
So it's so pretty. You can't fire me.
I can fire anyone. It's my
It's fine.
job.
You know, the only person
You're
who can't
fired.
fire, the only person who can't fire is me because I'm black.
It's true. I don't know. I don't. Yeah, I agree with Ketchup Ninja.
See, that's why I like it, is because the Razor needs wheels and road track. I like the fact that it looks like this Formula One or whatever car in
Everyone-
space that's been.
Everyone is going to appreciate this. Where are we going? We don't need roads.
I don't know if it comes with a Mr. Fusion in the back though.
I wish it would. What everyone needs is where is it?
It had the Mr. Fusion, but it's just integrated, so we can't see it.
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna bring this up again because I posted it on Twitter this week, and even Ben Lesnick retweeted it because if I can find the bloody image.
You don't have a bookmark by now?
No, I don't. I keep just re-grabbing it every time, which is probably really dumb of me. Where is that bloody image?
You should look into the Skype call from last night.
I should, but I can't. Anyway, there's a better version of the Freelancer that needs to come back.
Let me see if it's on. If I still have it on in the base.
I can't find it. Why can't I find it?
I have it.
Then
Be
post
really
it in
sad
chat, Shiver. Thank you, Shiver. There we go.
Gosh.
Oh,
Okay.
are we?
I think that's it anyway. Yeah.
Oh, hello. It's weird. Okay. I forgot that if Skype goes minimized, everything freezes. Sorry about that. Yeah, Nighthawk Zale, we had a good tweet thread. Now someone needs to put that ship in Spectrum and get an answer from the CIG on when we can expect to see it. So what else? Okay, let's talk about something else, because
Ask me or Shiver about or me.
no, I
anyway.
asked Shiver. Okay, Fastcart, your week, Star Citizen. Sorry, I forgot. Today's
The highlight of my week was yesterday, well, not yesterday. Well, yeah, yesterday during the, I want to say happy hour, but reverse the verse now because I went back to the old title. I got a clip, I made a GIF of Disco Lando dancing, and I made a poll and contest between him and Ben Lesnick, and the poll just ended. And Ben Lesnick won by a mile. It was a landslide, 23-0. No one voted for Disco. I'm sorry, Disco. It was an unfair comparison right there. But
You can't compete with Ben.
he got some moves.
I mean, the Ben dance is legendary.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with Ben, hanging on to his crown.
And other than that, I didn't get to play anything Star Citizen related, but I've tried to keep up with the news, and the new format is taking some getting used to. I'm actually missing the Citizen of the Stars. I was like, the beginning of the week, you had one 10-minute video just to, whet your appetite for the rest of the week, and so I missed that, but they're integrating that into other shows.
You know what? I agree with Triangularity in chat. I really miss seeing Ben.
I miss Justin Chambers too. I'm a real Justin Chambers fan.
I miss Ben and Alexis and all of them. I just miss them. We only get Disco, and Disco's the only one that grabbed me and threw me over his shoulder and carried me down the street.
There's a video of that somewhere.
There is.
So yeah, that was my week. Okay, carry on.
So did the ship updates? We're getting ship updates every week, which is great. Any thoughts on the ships statuses, the Avenger rework. What do you think of the Avenger rework, Ghost?
I think we talked about this last week. It definitely looks a lot nicer. It's nice that it got a little bit of a size increase to make it less of a train wreck to try and get in the back of it and such. Yeah, I like how they did the ship updates, and I like the fact that I could go back through and actually go, okay, this is where everything is, as opposed to normally it's like we just don't have a clue. It's like, oh yeah, where's that one ship that we haven't heard about in a year and a half? So I like that they're trying to keep up on that, at least giving us a general idea of where things are progressing to.
I'm glad that they finally started keeping up with this, because this is, I think they tried it years ago now with ship shape. They were supposed to give us like
The worst bit was you were saying ship shape, and I was thinking that was with Lisa Ohanian, and then up pops Josh Coons, and I'm like, that's not Lisa Ohanian.
My fault. The chat was talking about it.
Harris, what was up with your reaction just now? You're like,
I wasn't expecting this. It just came out of nowhere.
Blame chat.
Yeah, I always blame chat. No, I'm glad that they've gone back to more information about where the ships are, because I mean, let's be honest, the ships are half the thing that most of us care about.
sometimes more than half.
Yes.
3/5 at least.
Oh God, why?
Because it's been 15 minutes, no one made the joke. He survived the first
That's
15
true.
minutes.
I made a black reference.
Did you?
Yeah.
But your memory on 3/5 is good, so that's why you don't recall.
It's true.
So in case you guys can't tell from our, plotting and just meandering, there's not that much to talk about this week. I mean, ATV was about ships. Quite frankly, the how ships are made is something that has been talked about a lot over the past 5 years. So
Yes, but they keep on improving and changing and updating. So
they do, and it's still nice to see and it's interesting to see, but it's not really
Newsworthy.
Yeah, thank you. It's not, but
here's a ship. It's moving through the pipeline. Here's where the ship. It is interesting to have an episode where they say, this is where the ship is in the pipeline and talk about it. But yeah, I see what you're saying.
It's just that there's not that much else to talk about this week. I mean, we could talk briefly about Crytek's response to CIG's response to Crytek's, taking a steaming hot defecation all over their own.
We could discuss what the GLA is.
Shiver, what's a GLA?
Jerry's liquor announcement.
Good. There is one thing I want to talk about, though.
Uh-oh.
And I talked about this a little bit last night.
Uh-oh.
Gonna do it again today. Gonna talk about shipping.
Hashtag STGD.
Yeah. Because, there's something that I honestly think that CIG have STGD'd on a little bit here.
I love how that became a verb now.
It is the best thing I've ever done. So if you want to order something from CIG's store and you live in America, it's not too bad. But if you live elsewhere, like Canada or the UK, shipping is now fucking insane. Shiver, what was it for the jump point? How much was the jump point and how much was shipping on it?
Offhand, without checking, I think it was around $24.99 just for shipping. Offhand. Give me a moment and I'll double check. Tap dance for a bit.
Because
sorry,
I mean, I can't, I wanted Jump Point Volume 3. I decided not to order it because the shipping for the book was more expensive than the book. A little bit ridiculous. And CIG have actually said now that this is just the way it is. This is just the way shipping is going to be from now on. And I really don't like that answer, I guess is what I'm trying to get at.
I I paid £20 for the book, and I paid £28 for the shipping.
Yeah.
Now, I did not receive my book on a silk cushion
That's not what you said last
delivered
night.
to me by Zeus himself, which for $28 for shipping, I expect Melissa Estrada to kick my door down and present me with the book
That's
for
not what you said last
$28.
night. You were expecting something wholly different last night.
This is a very different podcast.
Yes. We have some semblance of respect. Ghost.
But the point remains the same of 28 fucking quid for shipping is a little bit outrageous when it came in the regular mail and, you know, it didn't come on a parcel truck and it even fit through my letterbox. Why am I paying 28 quid? I don't think it cost me less money to send a parcel of Christmas presents to Japan than it did to receive Jump Point Volume 3.
I wonder if CIG would let us travel to one of the offices, buy the book there, and just carry it back with us.
Well, then it's $350. So, you know what I mean? Pick your poison.
The funny thing is, that $350, I could get $350, which would give me dinner with Chris Roberts, or I could buy 4 Jump Points with shipping. That is how expensive it is for me to get Jump Point.
In fairness, that is quite a cheap high-class hooker.
Come
See,
on.
I thought you were going to be better than last night.
No, Shiver's never better.
I still can't
but
get
here's the
over
thing.
this concept.
Here's
It
what-
does seem like they're prostituting Chris Roberts, and it's just bizarre to me. I'm sorry, it's just a little weird.
I want to say that I'm worried because they announced this week that there's a concierge card, like a new concierge card that you can order and get. And
Yeah.
where are
Mine is in my wallet. I don't have it with me right at the moment.
I have one, but I want more because one is not enough. I've got a
You're
bunch
going to do it
of
more than
different
once.
cards.
What are you going to do with it? And, oh, I know. In case you lose your wallet, you have an extra one.
Yes, because I've already done that once. I'm really worried. Wait, Ghost, was it 35 shipping to the US for you as well?
Yep. Yeah, it was $60 total if I had wanted to do it. Because, yeah, I was like, oh, $25, that's not bad. And I'm like, 60, where the fuck did 60 come from? Oh, yeah, no.
That should not be acceptable. Like, and this is me saying that CIG are shitting the goddamn on this because it did not used to cost this much, and for something to cost more to ship than it does to buy is wrong. Like, it's just straight up wrong.
Yeah, like Jeb just came up with the answer that I was just about to say. All they have to do is raise the price of the product. Well, you said it last night too. Raise the price of the product and lower the price of shipping. Like, I paid $40 for my Manchester on 2016 CitizenCon poster, and there was no shipping. So technically, you know, it had to have shipping included in that. So I mean, yeah.
Lie to us.
I don't know.
Basically.
I don't like it. It should not be that expensive to ship something. You can get a t-shirt from Blizzard shipped for $10. Why does it cost $35?
At
for
least it's
something
not
with CIG?
even. At least it's not even line where when they first introduced like either clothing in game. You can buy a shirt in
Fucking
game.
monocle.
Yeah, you can buy a shirt in game. It costs more to buy it in game than it does to a real life counterpart.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm not really impressed with the shipping costs for CIG merch right now, and it seems that this is kind of what always is the problem with CIG. It's never the development that's the problem. It's the way
Forward
they
facing of the company.
yeah.
You know. I just thought of something. It just occurred to me. A lot of us bought physical packages before they went on sale. So maybe they're trying to make money back from that because they're not charging shipping.
Maybe, but they've also made $177 million. It's not going to cost $1 million to ship out.
That's all for game development, though. This is for something completely different.
I don't know. It seems off to me.
That's the other reason they're not going to increase the price of the book to offset the shipping cost, because you can use credit for the book. You can't for the shipping cost.
Yeah, it's true. Which I'd be more okay with using credit to get my book. I'd melt something for it. But that's a lot in shipping.
I was surprised that you couldn't pay the $350 ticket, concierge ticket, with store credit.
That actually, you know what?
They only required cash.
A very pessimistic part of me wonders if it's actually only costing them $10 shipping, but they get to pocket the extra 25 US because it's real money, not.
I don't think that's
credit.
Well, if Chris Roberts thinks he spends $350 for each meal that he eats, then yeah, maybe.
If they're really that hard pressed for money, they just sell more land.
Yeah.
But back to Eric's point, I don't think that's on CIG part. I think that's more on the postal part. They're pocketing change.
It is. To be fair, to play devil's advocate, it is entirely possible it's not down to CIG. They may have their hands tied.
They might.
Is not outside realms of possibility.
But I still don't like it. I do actually like something though, because hang on for 1 second here. I've had a streaming problem for the last 2 or 3 weeks. I haven't been able to do Eris Hour, which I actually really want to do on Tuesdays, play some Star Citizen, because I've been getting 10 to 15% dropped frames. I've only dropped 250 frames today so far. That's like 0.4%.
You fool! You jinxed it.
No,
I might
my
be able
internet's going to drop now.
I might be able to stream again. I'm excited. Sorry.
But I wanted to say one last point. I mentioned this last night, but in between breaks, I didn't say it on air. So I think we have Amazon Prime. We just need CIG Prime.
Yeah.
Or Prime.
I
that
mean,
way,
I don't know about you, but I'd prefer Optimus Prime.
Really, being concierge should just get us Prime, because I mean, let's be honest.
I mean, to be honest with you, that's not a bad idea to be discussed, really. Because I mean, maybe there should be a certain level, because there's a lot of, there's a fair chunk of people that have sunk in thousands of dollars. And CIG, you're no more concierge than someone who's sunk in less than you. So it's...
I got it. Get 5 referrals.
I hate you so much.
Pardon?
If you have 5 referrals, you get free shipping.
I still don't have 5 referrals.
I don't have 5 referrals either.
I have been promoting.
I didn't get any referrals at all last year.
Me neither. The only referrals I got was from the initial month.
Ghost, do you have any referrals?
I haven't checked because I haven't given the code out to anybody. So no, because all the people that I either referred or bought packages for and therefore referred was 4 or 5 years ago, not a year and a half ago.
What I'm saying is, the only way we could do it is that so many people could not get it anyway.
There's the Reddit thing that you can go and put your code in, the randomizer, and that's that seems like a fair way to do it.
And I have been doing it. It just hasn't been working for me.
You know what would be more fair than the randomizer? Not having the system at all.
Which is funny because they had a referral system 5 years ago, and then it went away somehow. Like it just poof.
Yeah.
Like somewhere in the website switch over, it just vanished. And then they're like, "Hey, we're bringing in a referral system."
What was it back then? That was before my time.
I forget when it came. I think it was before the original new website, which was like June-ish 2013. But it was somewhere toward the end or maybe immediately after the original crowdfunding. But yeah, there was like a little referral program, and it was like, it literally just like a little number on your account somewhere, and it, very simple, but it was a thing.
And what did you get?
Was that back in the day when if you
no idea.
downloaded the Hangar module, you would get UEC just for downloading the Hangar module once? Glorious days.
All the things I
done
missed
it a couple of times.
All the things I missed because I backed in 2014.
Oh, you might not have a fish tank.
I do have a fish tank. No, I don't have a fish. I'm trying to get
You can play Star Citizen without a fish tank? That's weird.
Hey, I only need 2 more referrals and I get a fish tank.
God, it's.
Is there any fish in it?
No, extra referrals for those.
Oh, okay. So I had to buy my fish.
I don't actually know if I've got any fish in my fish tank.
I don't know, but if they ever get around
It comes with one, I think.
Probably
if
like
you,
one.
If you don't have any fish in your fish tank, is it still a fish tank?
It's just a water
Is
tank
it
at that point.
is it a fish tank or a fish tonk?
Oh
man.
God.
You ran. Well done.
But
well
if
done.
it's a fish tank with no fish, I think it's just a bath.
It's a really small bath.
I don't
What's
know.
the difference
tank-
between a hot
that fish
tub and a
tank's like
bath?
big.
One is hot and one is not hot.
Why would you have a cold? Whatever.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about the Phoenix. Get on board.
Oh, right, hot tub. Okay, here's something. So CIG have said, and I don't even know how accurate this is anymore. Also, I promised on Twitter that there'd be a light bulb on the stream. Here, look, it's a light bulb. So one of the things
Whose
CIG
right idea was that?
One of the things CIG have said for a while, and it's kind of gone up and down on depending on the ship, is that they'd be working on getting the ships done before they worked on the ship variants. And they say that for things like the Freelancer, which we've got the Freelancer, but there's no word at all about the Dur or the Miss. Whereas you get other ships like the Connie or the Mustang, which they've got the base one and they're working on the variants. What's the difference?
I can think of one exception.
What's that?
Well, the
The
Connie-
whole series.
Well, okay, yeah. No, they're starting on the whole sea.
Yeah, but those are all
Yeah,
like
they've
completely
started
different
on the whole
ships.
sea.
They're not so much variants as they are different ships.
Yeah.
I think that might be part of the
Yeah.
issue with the Freelancer specifically, is the fact that those ships are very different when you look at the variants versus something like a Mustang, where there's some differences in the interior and maybe components and stuff like that, but it's not nearly as bad.
But the Connie is completely different. Like the Phoenix is.
Well, This is before they start.
All the Connies are completely different too, right?
This is before they had the modularity stuff, so they had to go back and put and remodularize.
Yeah,
we
but they've
might-
got
Oh,
them.
the freelancers as well, aren't they? Instead of being variants, didn't they count as separate hulls? I think I remember that from way back. I mean, certainly the Max is a different hull.
But
to the rest.
shouldn't the Connies be different hulls? Like the Phoenix is completely different
Well,
from the Aquila.
We don't
Most-
know that one though, do we? Because we
No,
haven't
most-
seen what they're doing with the variants.
Most of the bigger ships are going to be completely different. The only ones that are
They, yeah,
like
they're-
the Aurora and most of the 300Is are just different components. The 350R being different. But if you look at even like the Cutlasses, you look at the Cutlass Blue, it's got a completely different cockpit to it. Same with the Aurora or Constellation.
Phoenix versus Aquila, and
Aquila is the one I was thinking of. Yeah, completely different cockpit versus the base model, whatever it is.
yeah. I
Oh,
wonder
yeah.
why they are saying for some ships that it's okay to start the variants right away, whereas for others it's not.
Well,
'Cause-
I have an answer. But you won't like it.
What's that?
Because Josh Kuhn stated way back when he had to start with he was working on the Cutlass. You got to start with the black one first.
I think it's more they
Hey,
come to
I
that position.
warned you. Did I not?
You did. I have you and Shiver on the show. I know what to expect, Fastcart. Sorry, go
Black
ahead,
comedy.
Ghost.
Ride.
Dark comedy.
Yeah. Go ahead, Ghost. You were.
I was just saying, I'm just along for the ride.
Well,
Yeah, to be fair, I don't have a legitimate reason why the Freelancers variants haven't been really talked about recently, but it's probably just because they realize that you like it and therefore it's never going to get done.
they do hate me.
Yeah. It could be that they've done more research into manufacturers like the Aegis and Anvil to have more stuff behind them. But the RSI is Constellation RSI, so they haven't really done that yet.
Misk was their.
I suppose the
first
one
big
thing we
ship.
haven't brought up is the Squadron 42 comes first rule. If it's needed for Squadron,
Is
they
the-
work on it.
Is the Connie needed for Squadron?
I don't know.
First one that they worked on, right? That
Yeah,
they
but are
finished.
the various Connie variants needed for
It
Squadron?
might not be specifically the Connie, but it could
Yeah.
be some mechanic tied to the Connie that's needed for Squadron.
Maybe.
Yeah, definitely. Bomber.
I would think that the Freelancer Miss should be in Squadron. I want
Yeah.
my missided vote.
That would be like, yeah, that would be OP. Like, one thing is, I don't know. They came out with the specs for the F8 Lightning. Let me look it up real quick.
Oh yeah.
Brief sideline as well. Another thing I really want to see them start working on is missile mechanics, because they're a little bit. They go like everything at the moment. They really shift from being incredibly useful, completely useless, incredibly useful, well, completely overpowered to incredibly useless. So I want to see some work on the missiles. They had a nice idea a while back about how to implement them. I think it was might have been Matt Sherman talking about it. I'll have to dig that one out.
Yes. So Chris Smith is working on the Envil F8 Lightning. He says it's a heavy fighter. We knew that pretty much. They have 4 size 2 guns, 2 size 3 guns, and loads of weapons. I don't compare that to.
They also said this was going to be the ship that they wouldn't sell to us, but
Yeah.
things changed.
Is it going to be sold? Do you guys think?
Yeah, wasn't that pretty much confirmed in the YouTube comments from Disco?
I don't
Well,
know.
there's Fruity Shackleford.
What did
I
this
don't-
call it?
Come on, Shiver. I don't read YouTube comments. Who does?
I saw a screenshot of it. Does that count?
No, that's sanitized. That's safe. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Basically, what it was is someone asked about, well, wait, are you going to sell this? And the official Star Citizen account basically said, well, things change in game development. But then I don't remember who responded, but somebody responded on the forums saying, nothing has been said about this.
Okay.
So they didn't say no, but they said nothing has been said about this.
Okay, so how could they sell it? Like, okay, here's the first question. Going around, starting with Ghost, are you okay with them selling it after they've said that they wouldn't?
I think, I can't remember if we talked about this a little bit last week, but the biggest thing with them selling something like that is it's been so long since they promised they wouldn't. And it's also been so long that we've had so many more ships. I'm sorry, them selling an F8 Hornet compared to them selling a Hammerhead, yep, don't give a shit. It's not even on the same level as that. So they've already sold lots of wildly overpowered ships. If they sell something like this, it's not going to matter.
Fastcart?
Yeah, I mean, I would be okay with them selling it, even though they said that they weren't. But like he stole my answer. It's been so long since they said that they weren't. Like, that was like back in like $65 million in crowdfunding.
And the thing is, it's not even about how long it's been. It's about how much other stuff has been sold since then. Back when it was just Arena Commander, and if it had been done then, yeah, that would have been a problem. But
But another thought is that they could like had a ridiculous price for it. Like it's a heavy fighter, but it's single seater, so it could be like $300 or $400.
I actually think we need more heavy fighters in the game, more single seat heavy fighters, because you've got the Hornet, which is it's
Garbage.
designed to go
It's
in,
trash.
kill,
It's
and get
one of the
hit.
worst ships
and you've
ever
got the
made.
Saber as the alternative, which is designed for stealth. But what if you want to hit as hard as you can, but you don't want a Hornet?
it's called the
Why would
Hurricane.
anyone
I
want a
know.
Hornet?
The Hurricane's a glass cannon, though.
Buccaneer.
The F8 should offer you some protection. I mean, it
Yeah.
is lightning. It's very, very frightening.
I do like the fact that the Hurricane already got nerfed and it's not even out yet.
Good.
So, yes,
So-
I'm looking forward to the F8 Lightning because I mean I don't have a Super Hornet or regular Hornet, but if I were to get a heavy fighter right now, I'll probably get a Super Hornet. But yeah, we'll see.
So, Ghost, you said something that makes me want to ask a question. So,
Did you submit it to the form?
I did not,
No, I did not.
because I don't need to do that.
Shiver's got you covered.
I'm trying to think of how to phrase it, but you said something about how they've come out with so many more like overpowered ships since they talked about the F8 first time that the F8 doesn't matter. Is there something like, is there a problem with them launching and pre-selling all of these ships? Like, do you think when we come to actually getting the game, there will be so many people either with all the ships or with the best ships that there won't be much to do? Are we running the risk of people having the best stuff right off and there not being enough in game.
There's
Shiver,
no such
Shiver,
thing as
Shiver.
the best stuff.
Shiver. I asked Ghost. You can wait your turn. Bad boy.
Oh, can I? You don't always ask me.
That's because you're last. That is the $177 million question. My personal opinion is no, it's not going to matter because of a number of things. One, as far as somebody having something that's more powerful than someone else, a couple of things. One, we're only 10% of the player base compared to NPCs and stuff like that. There's also the just sheer operating cost of something, the size of anything bigger than a smallish ship. You just aren't going to have the cash to run a ship to its full potential, and if you take it out, it's going to get destroyed and you're screwed. The other big thing with something like, okay, I have I've got a hammerhead and someone else has an aurora, I'm just going to destroy them, right? Except there's all of the laws and everything that still exists, so if someone takes their aurora out in the middle of nowhere, sure, you can go and kill them, but if they're in UE space, they can do whatever the hell they want and have protection of UE.
I'm not going to lie. I'd actually like to see one aurora versus one person flying an aurora versus one person flying a hammerhead battle.
It'd be great. The person hammerhead just keeps having to run between all the turrets to get him.
It'd be hilarious. They'd never get a shot off.
Shit, he's on the left side of the ship now. I gotta run to that turret.
Shiver, your thoughts?
Balance.
I don't think first of all, there's not really any such thing as a best ship, in my opinion. I mean, there are ships that are well suited, like a prospector is the best ship for doing some small mining in at the moment, but it's still, you wouldn't go into a fight with it. So it's not as simple as this is the best ship. And I also don't see ships as the game. They are tools to play the game. And for me, the game is doing things, the mechanics of doing things. So, if you've got a Bengal carrier, okay, you've got a Bengal carrier, but you haven't completed the game. You're now going to use your Bengal carrier to play the game. And that's, for me, that is the game. I mean, it is a form of progression, I suppose, but they're just tools to shoot other things.
Fastcart?
See, I'm going to go a different way than Shiver. I don't believe they're the best ship, but only because there may be a best ship for you, but that ship may be different from someone else. Like, I could be, good at a Super Hornet, flying a Super Hornet, but someone like Miss Hart with her M50 can just come wreck me. I think it's more about skill than ship.
I see, yeah, I'm sorry, but the best ship for salvage is the Reclaimer. The best ship for mining is the Orion. The best ship for science is the Endeavor.
But it's not that easy, because the Orion, you could say, oh, it's the best ship for mining, but it can't go into the smaller areas that the Prospector can.
And you need 8 people, right?
And
Wow.
So years ago, there was a game, actually I think it's still around, called Puzzle Pirates. You may have heard of it.
No.
Okay, well, you were a pirate, and you did stuff on your ship by solving puzzles. Like you used a puzzle to sail, and a puzzle to navigate, and a puzzle to fire your cannons. It was,
judging from the name and the content of the game, I'm guessing these are quite easy puzzles.
yes.
He was 8.
No, I was like 15 or 16, but it was fun. Okay, me and a bunch of friends, we all played Puzzle Pirates. It was fun. And one of my friends broke the economy in Puzzle Pirates. Made millions, because it was an MMO. There was like a player-based economy. He made millions.
Was it an MMO, really? Was it an MMO? No, I'm kidding.
Yes, it was. It actually was. Anyway, he broke the economy, and we had I think 6 people in our guild. And we became one of the richest guilds, and he bought the biggest ship possible. It was a ship that could be crewed by 100 people. And we were only 6. And you couldn't even explore the entire ship. It was so freaking big. But we owned it. It was the best ship in the game, and we owned it.
So what's the point of trying to make here?
There is none. I thought it was an appropriate analogy, because it sometimes won't matter if, there will be the best ship. The Bengal will be like the best ship you can get. It is the overall most powerful ship for combat, or the Reclaimer is the best ship for salvage. It does what it does best. But just because it is the best ship doesn't mean you can run it. I think that there will be best ships. You just might not be able to use them, which means that the best ship for you might be something less.
Yeah, there's definitely a best ship in each category.
To answer your question more directly, though, I don't think that'll be a problem when the game starts, because we'll be running around trying to do so much stuff anyway. We may have a ship for a certain game aspect, but we may not have another one that we want to do. Like maybe you want to explore, so you want an exploration ship, but you don't have a good solid combat ship, or something like maybe you want to do some manufacturing or something like that. So you don't have an endeavor. So yeah, I don't think that'll be an issue when the game starts, unless you're someone like, I'm not going to name names, unless you're like insanely rich and bought a lot of ships and bought all the ships.
I actually have too many ships. I am considering asking CIG if I can give some away, because they've all been bought with credit.
Just have a 10-minute conversation with Lando. He's quite keen to take away your ships.
Yeah, true, just make a silly gif of him, and he'll take some away.
Okay, so it's question time. Let's get to some questions. I should do like a little spinny graphic in the center that's like question time, and then.
Oh, by the way, I just want to say, I made it past 15 minutes, so I should be good.
I also maybe I should like find a way to get the questions that were asked to appear. Anyway, I'll look at that later. First question. Will Concierge subscribers be able to test the new site before it goes live? I don't believe that is in the plans, so no.
I haven't heard anything about that.
I don't remember how they tested Spectrum, to be honest. Because I remember there was an earlier test for Spectrum that some people got into and some people didn't. I don't remember.
I think it was... I think it was the same way it works for PTU. Like the Avocados got it first, and then Concierge got it. But because I know I did get early access to it, but
I wouldn't be surprised if they did something like that for the new website. But they haven't said anything that I'm aware of.
They haven't said anything. It's a week out.
It's supposed to be next week. Quotes.
Yeah.
So Thursday or Friday.
So we'll see. Did you know that CIG has added a little bit more character in their videos as of late? I don't understand what you mean by character. I
think you mean that it's less polished or less professional and more intimate, or maybe more fun. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I think it means that Lando has less adult supervision.
That's good, because Lando doesn't do well under supervision. What? It's true.
It's a terrible way to say it. That really is.
No, he's best at being who he is.
He's a free spirit.
By being who he is. But
you just got a chip on your shoulder since he carried you away down the road.
That's one of my cherished memories, okay?
No, Lando had an heiress on his shoulder. Get
yeah. He had a Canadian on his shoulder.
What do you think of the Interceptor package? Do the ships within fit the theme? What about the other included items?
I have to look it up, but Interceptor package. Yeah, I have to look it up.
Is that the one with like here's all the really cheap ships that you don't actually want? Is that one?
Isn't it M50 Razor 350R? I think. And which ship is now the fastest? Because I'm really lost between all three. I thought the 350R was the fastest in a straight line, but now I don't know.
They keep changing it all around. I honestly don't know anymore. I'm sure between the M50 and the 350R, you can get a definitive answer just by looking at the.
Good. I'm looking at the package page, and it's not on the package page.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it now myself.
Like, does anyone have a direct link? I might have them here.
I can't find it either. Anyway, I don't know. I'd rather just buy the ships than get them in a package. I have one package, and I don't really like how the packages work. So,
Is there anything in this system that you do like?
He does like beer.
yes. Speaking of which, I'm actually out. I really want to go.
Do you want to grab a beer and I'll ask the next question?
Yes. You ask the next question. I will get a beer. Wait, hang on.
Right. Oh, my breakthrough moment.
I found it.
Yeah, I did too. It's in a weird spot.
I had to go to my history. I don't. Where is it on the?
It
Oh, it's
really
on the
needs to
add-ons.
work on the website.
It's
I
under
think.
add-ons. Under extra, it's under add-ons for some reason.
Apparently, Sunjammer is saying that apparently they used a shot of me interviewing Dad Lando as a background image when Lando was talking about his dad getting a ticket to the concierge dinner. I remember that interview. That was a good interview. Dad Lando was really, really fun to interview, actually. So
I was gonna say that Lando makes me regret not going to the concierge.
Yeah.
Thing.
anytime you get to talk with Dad Lando is a good time. He's a very
Exactly.
interesting man. Yeah. Wait, I had a drop. I'm down to 429 dropped frames. Oh, Rogers, I'm watching you. Okay, carry on. I need a beer. I'll be right back.
Brivols asks, for those in concierge, which shirt did you vote for?
I voted for the Idris. The brick one.
Same.
I was going to say I didn't
Ghost?
vote because I didn't like any of them.
Okay, that's fair.
I liked the Dragonfly one, except it's bright freaking yellow. And no.
It would have been better if it was a jacket, because then it would have been a yellow
Well,
jacket. See?
If it were a jacket, you would pay like $35 for the jacket and $45 for shipping.
It's true. That's true.
I return.
Welcome back.
And I
Okay.
put the poll in the Twitch chat.
Perfect. Okay, where are we on the questions?
The one below the one you've got highlighted.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on the Skadden response?
That's
The what
the
response?
Crytek
What?
lawsuit.
Oh,
Okay, Shiver, can you give your brief? I honestly haven't even read it. I don't give a shit.
So
I
I
think they're
gave
stupid.
a brief summary over it. And Crytek are doing what you would assume. They're asserting their claims, but I could not, I'm going to admit now, I could not be bothered to read the whole thing because it's like, all right, you're asserting this, and that's it. You've given me no proof to go and look up, to reference, apart from maybe one case in the past, which was in the film industry, which doesn't directly relate to the games industry, but okay, at least it's something. But there are some points in there that may cause some contentious issues. But overall, I couldn't be bothered to read the damn thing after a while because it was just like, all right, well, you haven't presented any fucking evidence to research into this, just asserted your counterclaims. Which is fair enough, don't get me wrong, but I can't bother to read this if all you get it's the legal equivalent of a, no, it's not.
But it seems that if they're going with the legal equivalent of no, you're wrong, I'm right. Like they're still going to try and take this to trial, aren't they?
it sounds to me like they're going with
Probably, they're probably not trying to take it to court, but they can't just back down either. They've got to, it's fucking complicated is what it really comes down to. Really complicated, and it's very early, so it's impossible. Anyone who's saying this is definitely how it's going to go is talking out their ass because it's too early. It is far too early to decide for anyone to know where it's going.
What are your thoughts on the whole situation there, Ghost?
After CIG responded, everybody kind of was like, okay, this is clearly a slam dunk. They're going to get thrown out. And now with Crytek's response, it kind of becomes, okay, fine. They've muddied the waters enough to make it so that someone, a judge is actually going to have to look at this and probably won't throw it out. But I think that was mostly based on who's the legal guy who keeps looking through these things and actually like streaming it.
Leonard French.
Yeah, Leonard something. That was, I think, I just kind of briefly looked through his stuff. It kind of seemed like
We should reach out to Leonard French and have him on.
yeah, do it when whenever the thing actually gets finalized, or at least
Yeah.
close to finalized.
We should try that.
Yeah, it seems like they've basically muddied the waters enough to make it so that it still has to go farther into the system to actually get any answer. But whether or not it'll go to trial, or the judge, will decide to throw it out, or if he'll decide, to throw 80% of it out or something. But hey, these couple of things are still on the table. We'll see.
Shiver,
I think-
can you make a mental note of that
Which,
to try and get Leonard French on?
when you say a mental note, do you mean like get in touch with Leonard French and just carve it into my flesh? That
Yes.
will be a mental note.
Yes.
Or you just
Okay.
put it in the private chat in Discord.
No,
That's not mental.
that moves too fast too. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens with this whole thing. I think Crytek are being little bitches, but we'll see.
If it's something if it's something the courts feel, if it ever got to that point, that the courts feel that it is something Crytek are entitled to, then it's fair enough that it is something they are entitled to, and that would be a legal fact. But we're not at that point,
Yeah.
nor are we anywhere near close to that point.
I feel like it would take a while to get to that point.
Absolutely.
Okay. So that's I didn't read it. I read through the original Crytek filing and I read through CIG's initial response. And then with this one, I haven't had time and I don't care. I don't care whatever Crytek or
Yeah, I don't. I think no matter what happens, it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
And yeah, it's going to be
the
years
worst-
till we may never find out what happened.
yeah, the worst thing that could happen, I mean, not the worst thing, was like Crytek get some money, and we had to and CIG had to put the Crytek logo back into the game.
Yeah.
And so when you compare to that, and I don't know how much money they would have to pay, but putting the logo back into the game.
Now, on the logo thing, this was my personal opinion. Okay, I don't want to hear the next fucking Reddit thread that I'm giving out misinformation on my opinion of fucking again.
Shiver, just put it
that
on a
never
floppy
happened.
disk. Put it on a floppy disk. Okay?
Damn British guy.
If if it got to that stage, the way that part had been worded, it would mean that every single thing based on CryEngine or any other engine, say if it's Unreal Engine, would then have to be stamped with that. So Civilization 6 is built on the Unreal Engine, although that actually does have the logo in it now that I think about it. But just for example, it's because it was built straight on the Unreal Engine. But if someone took the using,
losing
fiddled
Shiver.
around with it, or even what Amazon are doing, fiddled it around, then yeah, that would mean everyone has to put the Crytek logo on their shit.
And is that really an issue? I mean, it's a logo, and who noticed the logo? I mean, you couldn't even recall whether or not it had an Unreal logo or not.
I went through the introduction sequence in my head, and it's like right there in a great big screen, 34 inches wide, and I'm like, oh yeah, well done, Shiv.
I think it's dash no startup movies to fix that.
Okay, I didn't know that worked on Civ 6.
Oh, you want to read what he
Screw you
said?
guys!
Read what he said.
Tom Trustworthy says, Shiver, talk slower so I can make this Reddit thread.
I get too excited about lore sometimes.
How dare you?
Uh,
So, how long until we get spacefaring Mothmen in Star Citizen? Asked by Mr. Squarepeg.
Mothman?
I don't know about Mothmen. I just want to know how long until we get our goddamn fucking space whale.
This reminds me of something from Reverse to Verse yesterday. We were talking about they were talking about music. And
Okay,
I thought-
hold the phone. Brivals, Did you really not notice that the relay is a sideways satellite until now? I am so disappointed.
You're gonna make me forget what I was gonna say.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not about music. It's not about music. I want to keep on saying happy hour, but no, verse to verse, they're talking about music, and I found it interesting that the composer hasn't done the Alien music yet. So he hasn't done the band duel and stuff like that yet. So I found that interesting.
Sorry.
Is it? Yeah, that's a good point. Is it a big E or a little E in the relay?
It's that E. It's that big E. Oh, I
Big
hate
E.
you, Shiver. I hate
Big
you.
E.
I hate you. I hate you, Shiver. Brivals asks, is anyone surprised how fast some of these ships have moved through the pipeline?
I'm a little bit.
Yep.
It's not surprised, but it is unexpected, which is a synonym. But I mean, I'm more like, I'm more happy than surprised. Put it that way. Uh-oh.
Sorry, people in chat are asking if the E is a satellite, and I'm explaining that yeah, it's a relay station.
Is the satellite logo going to get reworked?
No.
Needs more fidelity.
Where's my Moses?
Needs a toilet.
Ah, good one.
Let's not be greedy.
It's
Could we
no,
get
it's,
Toilet and a second
Can we get a hot
cockpit
tub
space.
on the satellite?
it's a Drake. It's made by Drake. We couldn't afford anything other than Drake, so it doesn't have a toilet. Yeah, so I'm actually not that surprised at how quickly some of the ships are moving through the pipeline, especially since, I mean, that's the entire point of their pipeline and their reusable assets, right? Like, it took them a long time to make the first MISC ship, then less time and less time and less. It took them a long time. So when it comes to something like Aegis or Anvil, they've got so many ships that already have those style guides that they can just crop bits from stuff already.
Yeah, you know, we were doing the replay today and we talked about kit bashing the Hammerhead.
Yeah.
I can imagine they're going to get to the stage like they did, like Industrial Light and Magic did with Star Trek Next Generation, where it's like, we need a ship, and they have all these parts lying around from, like, you know, various enterprises or past ships, and they're just like, well, we got a new ship here, this is the New Orleans class, and they would be able to eventually do that with Star Citizen. And it's like having a grown-up Lego set with spaceships. Why has no one made a grown-up Lego set for spaceships? Oh, they have, actually.
Yeah. Also, we tried to get the Hornet, but Lego wouldn't take it.
Yeah, there's some of the ships that aren't terribly surprising that they're so far along, because if you look at the ones that are closest right now, it's the Cyclone, the Terrapin, the Reclaimer, and the Razor. The Razor and the Cyclone are fairly tiny.
Yeah.
The Terrapin's been a little while in production, and the Reclaimer's been forever in production, so those are not terribly surprising. However, if you go one step back to the final modeling surface tweaks, you've got the reworked Avenger, which again, you know, has been a long time coming. The Eclipse, which is not huge, but also pretty new. Mustang Alpha rework, okay, fine. But the 600i is already at that point, and that's not been that long. That was, what, middle of summertime?
Yeah, you're right. Like, the 600 is probably one of the more surprising ships, but I can't explain the reason for that one.
I have a question before you do.
Okay, go.
Do you think they need the 600i for Squadron 42?
No.
I don't think so either.
It's something entirely different. It's what they did with
Starfare.
well, it's what they did with Starfare. It's what they did with the Connie. They are going, because they have to go back and rework the 300 series. They want the core vehicle for the manufacturer done first, and we don't really have anything really done for Origin, right? Because they want to go back and rework all the 300 series. So they're saying no. Instead of focusing on the little ships that we can't really get much detail into, we're going to focus on the big ship. We are going to plan it out entirely, and then when it comes time to go back and redo the 300 series, they'll be done like that.
And that noise you hear is the dozens of 890 jump owners crying out.
Although they did
Silent.
start work on the 890 fucking years ago.
Well,
I think it's
I
in
mean,
the
I'm
same.
not
started.
saying they've continued it since,
yeah.
but there's a basic grey box of the 890, I think, at the very least.
I don't remember where it is currently, but it definitely feels like the 890 and the Merchantman are kind of in that same limbo boat.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, out of interest, right? Going around everyone here, what do you think the first ship bigger than a Starfarer is that we're going to get? Let's start with fastcart, because he's
I'm
top
trying to
left for
think.
me.
It's bigger than the Starfarer, and which one is close?
It's easy.
600i?
I was going to say, I'm cheating. I've got a list sitting right next to me.
It's Reclaimer.
Yeah.
Reclaimer, okay. Yeah, well.
Because the next closest one behind that is going to be the 600.
It's
Yeah,
the
I'm going to
Reclaimer.
say
So
600.
we're still
Probably about
quite a ways from the Carrack then.
Oh, the Carrack. Carrack's
Carrack
far.
is like middle of the road, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the Reclaimer is getting prepped for flight. Keep in mind. The Reclaimer is getting put into like they're done the art for it. It is in prepping for flight ready mode.
Now, correct me, whatever, educate me. If it's on the ship flowchart like that and it's just, flight prep, it doesn't mean it's actually being actively worked on, does it? Or does it mean that they're actually sat there hooking it all up and it's going to be
it
done
means
soon?
that's the stage when it was updated onto the site.
Right. So it may or may not be actively being worked on. Okay. I just wanted to know.
But it is the furthest along, the Reclaimer.
As far as a big ship, yes. Yeah. According to the picture I'm looking at right now, the Carrack is still in gray box modeling phase. So yeah, it's got a long ways to go. But to put it in perspective, the Hammerhead is currently ahead of it. The Hammerhead's one full jump ahead of it.
Yeah. I am kind of wondering why they've taken so long to get the Carrack done, but part of me thinks it might actually be because the ships constantly get better as they take more time to do them, and seeing as the Carrack is, I think the Carrack might be like the most popular Star Citizen ship
for a big ship. And
the Carrack is a exploration ship, and they don't really have mechanics in for exploration yet, so they want to.
Does that mean they have mechanics for salvage because the Reclaimer's coming along?
Sure, salvage will actually come a lot sooner than jump points, because jump points are probably not going to be this year or very, very late this year, whereas salvage
jump points are surely going to be the very last thing they ever add after we've got so much more.
Yeah.
Shiver, how many times do I have to tell you? Don't call me Shirley.
Does this also mean that only fastcart Miami Bat are able to use jump points? Because we can't jump.
I'm wondering where he's going with that one.
Okay, I applaud you for that one. I applaud you.
So, going around in the circle, what is the next concept ship which would make you buy one? Fastcart.
I want to say a mini salvager, like a mini reclaimer, like a prospector size salvager.
Okay. Shiver?
I'm still thinking. Come back to me.
No. You've been put on the spot.
I know. A fucking ship to deploy my tank from.
Your tonk?
No, your tonk.
My tonk. Sorry. Forgive my slip.
Yeah. Ghost?
Okay, first of all, this is a square, or maybe a rectangle, not a circle. To answer Shiver's question, I think the smallest one is going to be probably the Crucible, because that'll fit it. As far as a new concept ship, I have no idea. I've already got my little dune buggy that I like.
I have a question, a related question. Do any of you want any of those ships, like the Corsair or the Vulture that they had at a pole?
Was the Vulture the tiny salvage one?
Yeah.
I'm not sure because I don't know how the hell salvage is going to work. So it's kind of hard for me to say.
Yeah, okay. That's
the idea,
answer.
for me, I don't. Okay, Eris, don't take offense. I don't particularly like the Reclaimer, not because it's a bad ship, because I don't care about crushing up big, giant ships Huss, I'm ignoring him. Um, I'm
His
much
opinion's
more in a-
invalid. He hates the Hornet.
That's true. I'd much rather have something that was more small scale, where you like go up and find a ship, and then like go over to it and explore the inside of it and steal anything that's useful, and then maybe like break off bigger components like a couple of the guns, an engine, something like that. Not just shred the entire ship. So I'm not sure how much use something like a Vulture is going to be compared to just any other ship that you can get out of.
To me, it depends on how much capacity, how much cargo it can carry.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, Ghost, the Reclaimer is not my favorite ship because of like what it does. It's because of how it looks. It looks imposing, and the idea that it can, reclaim entire ships with people still inside them. When it comes to an actual salvage ship for just doing salvage, yeah, I'd much rather a smaller salvage ship too, to be honest. But what I would like for the next concept ship is for them to take the image that I've just posted and turn that into a Connie-sized medical/science ship. So a medical and science-focused competitor to the Connie.
I want an intergalactic Chinese restaurant ship.
What you could do is take the
Like-
freelancer
Like
and
the
turn
one
it
from
into
Fifth
a.
Element.
Yes.
You can take the freelancer and turn it into a what do you call them thing? Just like that. You serve food out of the side of a freelancer.
I would do that. But it would probably be better to serve it out of the side of a cutlass, because the doors at least come down now.
Where are my side guns?
I want to open up a cutlass and just have a bunch of guys with railguns there and just blast ships apart with, 4 people with railguns inside the anyway.
Instead of people, it's a tonk.
That will not even close to fit.
Anyone
Wouldn't it be awesome?
anyone in chat saying that ship is ugly, you're fired. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're objectively wrong. When it comes to that ship versus the Freelancer, like the one that we got, you're wrong.
Yes.
No, fastcart.
Wait.
They're
No,
wrong.
let me just say this.
I voted for the other one.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Well, they clearly don't have any eyes. So Haramis asks, why is shipping that expensive? No fucking clue, mate. No fucking clue.
Maybe it's because they
Oh
negotiated
boy.
shipping. Wait, maybe because they negotiated shipping during Christmas. Maybe it'd be better if they negotiated during July or June when it's not a holiday coming up.
Maybe. Ashley asks, would you like to see more unprofessional content from CIG? Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
I think we all miss awkward devs. Just give them a webcam, some
Yep.
stream time, stick any and all of them in front of a camera for an hour, and let Jesus that scared the frickin' shit out of me. Let them just go wild.
See, why am I the only one laughing? Why is you and Ellis both
It
get
was
scared
just
when it pops
suddenly
up?
Josh Coons.
Maybe it's because he's such a chill guy to me that I'm okay whenever he pops up on me.
It's just surprising. Like, I'm used to this metal animatronic thing, and then all of a sudden
Josh Kern.
there's
I
there's whatever.
My answer. I'm going back to what Seven Hells said.
No, all of a sudden there's this whatever we're seeing now. It was a joke. Fucking.
You need to work on your optics.
Amazing asks, how come? Okay, God, this is a long one. 1 second, let me expand this. Okay. How come most streamers are saying Crytek is in financial trouble without any objective evidence of that? For example, financial statements showing the company's financial position. According to their website, they are hiring for more than 40 positions over 3 studios worldwide. Because they
forgot to hire, or they forgot to pay the other 40.
Yeah.
Exactly. We were like, who's gonna say it first?
Because they shut down a bunch of studios. They lost half of their people to CIG because they couldn't pay their people, and their people needed jobs to get paid. So CIG hired them. They were not paying their people. No one is using CryEngine because Unity is free and has been free forever. Unreal is free. Lumberyard is free. There are better fucking free options than CryEngine. So no one is using CryEngine. There are no major games coming out on CryEngine anymore.
Best rant, more
let
dance.
me put it this way.
Chapter.
Oh, sorry. Let me put it this way. Think of it as a government shutdown except for a company.
Thank you, Chef Ronut.
Yeah, I always thought CryEngine. Well, CryEngine is free unless you. I don't know. Isn't there some conditions on the way CryEngine is free?
I think it's about as free as Unreal is nowadays.
You have to read the GLA.
Ah, right.
Stick it on a floppy drive. Next one. Click down. Click down. Okay.
The Gibraltar Lesbian Association.
What?
GLA.
Oh,
I knew where it's going, but still, I think he just put a bunch of words together.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what Shiver does normally. Tom Trustworthy asks, what patch, 3.1, 3.2, etc., do you expect us to have ships get disabled more often than ships blowing up? I don't know which patch that's going to be in, but holy fuck, is it important?
I don't know what patch that's going to be. I don't think it'll be a 3. Maybe 3.3, or maybe further down the line.
Will disabled ships be able to park anywhere they want?
Ghost, what do you think?
I just feel like a lot of people haven't realized the fact that you can just run away. It's really handy.
You can, but
I've shot my guns less on accident than I have intentionally. But yeah, you just run away.
yeah,
The whole interdiction thing, not a problem. You just run away.
I more want there to be.
What about fastcart?
Thank you. How quickly can you set a random jump point to get away these days?
What?
I don't think you can set random ones at all, but generally when they do the interdiction thing, you're already en route to something, so you literally just hit the afterburners to get faster than the people who are around you, and then jump again, and as soon as the cooldown goes away. Yeah, it's not even an issue.
I don't know. I just want to be able to act like I want ships to be actually disabled, and then you can choose. I'd like that to be something that happens more often, and then you choose to either blow up the ship and get almost no cargo because the cargo blows up, or have to board the ship or open it up somehow and go in there and grab the cargo. Like I don't think you should be able to blow up the ship and still reap benefits.
There should be a reason, though. You should have a reason to blow the ship up, then.
Well, yeah,
like,
but
what encourages someone to choose blowing it up over capturing it? Because
Well,
you're always
nothing.
going to try and capture it.
yeah, you would always try and capture it, but it's harder. You might
Depends
still
on-
get some loot for blowing it up, but not as much, right?
Yeah, but why would
It's
you want to
prettier
capture
explosion.
someone who's shooting at you? You know, if a pirate attacks you, you don't give a crap if,
Oh no, then you just blow
you
them up.
disable them. Yeah.
But
I'll run away.
it'll be nice for the pirate to be able to capture the ship and then board it, kill the person, take their stuff, than simply blowing it up and then anyway.
Can't we have a nice pilot that just not kill people?
Just ask politely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
but
sure
then,
there's Canadian pirates out there.
Yeah, but then who would Drake sell their ships to?
Everyone who would.
Tom Trustworthy also asks, with all of the new shows and formats, will we ever get those awesome mistakes of new fauna models in game becoming what? I don't get it.
You talk about the crotch spider and the crotch dog and the other crotch stuff. Yes, I know what he's talking about. I'm not sure. I don't know if they're still going to do those shows. I'm hoping they do continue those. And I'm hoping they still continue those little fun moments that they have. I'm hoping they do.
You want it to feel less corporate, more it's us having a chat with the devs and hanging out.
There's arguments about, like, they should become more corporate because other companies can take them more seriously for, like, maybe branding and stuff like that. Maybe get a set of headphones or something like that for branding, like RSI.
Well, isn't Intel using Star Citizen to promote their Optane drives?
Right, exactly, stuff like that. But there'll be more like that instead of becoming less corporate. And there's arguments for both ways.
I think the main problem is lots of the times CIG devs, when they came on, they'd be really, really open about things. And people would take them 100% as whatever that they are saying at the current moment is 100% law and done and solved. And they'd say, oh, this is what we're working on. And they're saying it more of a, here's kind of what we're thinking right now for this particular mechanic. And so many people in the community would go, oh my God, this is fucking batshit insane. You're the worst. I want a refund. Everything is terrible. The sky is falling. You're on fire and I hate you. And I'm also going to call your mother and tell her that you're a bad person.
There was that time they said, essentially what it comes down to is the more cores you have, the faster Star Citizen will run. Everyone took that as Bible, as absolute gospel then and there. And people went out and bought fucking Threadrippers and then were like, nope, no better than anyone else's. And it's like, yeah.
Turns out you just have to delete your page file. Huh, who knew?
No, you put it on a floppy drive.
I told you.
Oh, that's
you
right,
take
damn it.
a load of blank pages, you put them into your print drive, and then that is your page file. The more pieces of paper in there, the bigger your page file.
You align a printer and a scanner so that as it prints the page, the scanner can scan them, and that becomes your page file.
Oh, no, fuck it. Get an all-in-one, take your RAM stick out, stick it in the photocopier, and photocopy more RAM.
Knew there was a way to do that. Here, I've been trying to download it all this time.
I just want to say, Ellis's rant reminded me, in Austin, Texas, they had a ice storm earlier this week that actually shut down the city of Austin. So CID workers couldn't get to work because they don't have ice trucks or like salt and stuff like that. And I think with this community, we can provide all the salt that they need.
We really, really could. But I think is the reason that all that salt is the reason that they've started going a lot more professional. And we did our best at Relay to be like when we transcribed RTV, we would put up, the first thing on the page was a giant disclaimer saying, all of the views in this are views of CIG employees. Nothing should be taken as fact. We might get things wrong. They might say things wrong. Don't go nuts.
You shouldn't have given a shit. You should have just said, this is literally word for word how exactly it will be and forever will be.
But
no changing.
But
no
that's how people took it, and we saw it with the golf swing. We saw it with we've seen it.
Golf swing.
We saw it with the one dev saying, "Oh, I wouldn't want pink ships." Do you remember the pink ships thing?
Yeah.
Remember yeah.
And now, whenever they show up a ship, there's always a
there's
fucking
pink.
Hello Kitty skinned one.
Yes.
Oh, it's not Hello Kitty, it's Space Kitty.
It's Space Kitty.
And I always have to. If the missus is here and she sees that, she's like, "I want that," and I was like, "Oh God, no, not the expensive sailor."
The thing that gets me is that we still have documentation from when they first started the concept, like Death of a Spaceman.
Yeah.
And the multi-package fact stuff.
Yep.
That's like from 2013 or 2014, and they haven't updated or made any changes to it. People don't think that's gospel, but they could have changed their mind by now. We just haven't heard about it.
See, super serious gets me. People insist on contradicting you, so if you say this is 100% factually and immutably correct, everyone will say, nah.
Oh, and Haramis asks, what do you think they'll next week is, I'm sorry, I can't read right now.
Just one word after the next.
I don't know how to read. Squadron 42 ATV next week. What do you think is gonna? What do you think we're gonna see?
Squadron 42.
Behind the scenes of making the vertical slice show.
Did they do that? They haven't done that, have they?
I don't know.
Bless you.
Bless you.
They didn't have a behind the scenes. They did have a commentary one though.
Yeah, they had a commentary one that was during that was put shortly after the show.
Which
But yeah, maybe that's a good one.
I did finally watch the commentary one on stream. If any of you haven't watched the commentary one, you should. Yeah, sorry, I kind of died.
Eric, what you want to do is sniff really hard to get your lung back inside, not so it's not hanging outside.
I'm trying not to do that. I'm trying to be somewhat professional.
I just love that I got to watch that twice because of the stream delay.
Damn it. Oh.
I'm not gonna clip it.
Sorry about that.
Clip it.
Sorry about that. Okay. Thankfully, this is happening after I sneezed all over the place, but we've now reached the end of the show. Fastcart, thank you so much for being on. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at twitter.com/fast_cart. You can find me on the Base Radio. I have a show on Mondays on
You have a show?
9 p.m. Eastern. I'm just going to ignore it. 9 p.m. Eastern on Monday, and that's 2 a.m. 2 a.m.
Josh Coons.
2 a.m. UTC, same time. Flights of Rhythm. It's a soul, R&B, pop, J-pop show. So if you want to listen to 2 hours of that, check me out. And I'm also on Cold Prison on Tuesday on 1800 Eastern, and I believe that's 2300 UTC. On Tuesday and Friday night show. And I'll be on Captain Table tonight on Paul the Actor Club.
Nice. Shiver, where can you be found?
Me and twos of listeners can be found on base.sc Wednesday, 7 p.m. UTC, the only extreme metal show in the universe because it's just me and Triangularity to listen. That's it.
I mean, I could, pick the music for you one day if you want.
Based on the fact that you chose Green Day, I don't think you even know what extreme metal is.
I also chose Alexis on Fire, which is not extreme metal, but it's kind of close.
See, that's not even the best effort. That's not even clip worthy. I'm not gonna make a meme of that.
It's not worth my best effort for that.
Ghost, thank you so much for being on.
Anytime.
Really? Sweet. Next week? That is.
How did that get there? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh God, you're the worst.
Surprised it wasn't the Endeavor or the Reclaimer.
Well, that picture wasn't already loaded.
I like that.
Where can we find you, Eris?
I was going to ask Ghost where we could find him, but I don't think he wants to be found because he's got terrible opinions.
No, I've got best opinions. You just have terrible taste, that's all.
I have the best taste.
A good sense of humor. That's what he has.
Literally dozens of people read my article about which ships look best.
And most of them disagreed with you.
That Hornet is
ugly
not,
as sin.
It's a good-looking ship.
It's not.
I don't know what you would think.
Iconic.
You just set yourself up. There's no other response to what you just said.
I know. I that is my point here. Well, Ghost, I do appreciate you being on, even though you have no taste in ships. I can be found here or at relay.sc. Hopefully, I'm going to try streaming Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern because I didn't drop that many frames tonight. So, I'm going to try it. So you can catch me here then. Or you can catch me here next week on the relay station. I was going to try and
Thank
come
you,
up with a joke,
Rivals.
but I didn't. Oh, sweet. Whoop, whoop.
You can read the article up on relay.sc, Seven Hells. There's no, don't say it, Shiv. We have other articles as well that you may find interesting up on relay.sc. It's not just transcripts.
I will pull that article up really quickly.
That's from a while ago.
It's from a long while ago, actually. It should actually get an update. It's from, oh my God, it's from January 2016?
Oh, that's not too bad. Oh, it's 2 years now.
That's
okay.
2
I was
years.
still thinking
It's
something-
from 2 years ago. Let's see. Vanguard, Avenger, Gladiator. Oh, love the Gladiator. Endeavor, Freelancer, and Reclaimer.
I don't like the Gladiator as much. They've fucked around with the seat. It's now really fast, and it doesn't feel as visceral and as clunky. And I really miss the clunkiness in that. It felt like you were getting in a fucking Jaeger.
Yeah.
I got angry at the Gladiator after they made that goofy bubble canopy in the back, as opposed to like the old school like snow speeder looking like rear mounted gun.
I can't get rid of my Gladiator. It is
Why?
it is
Physical
a
practice?
cherished possession.
Ah.
Nerd.
That's how I feel about my Connie Phoenix.
And then the worst ships. Number 5, the Hornet. Number 4, the Crucible. Number 3, the Constellation. Number 2, the Idris. Ugh. And number one, the Redeemer.
See, and you talk about our opinions.
I think the
Yeah,
Hornet
you
was
just
really the only
invalidated everything.
real bad one on it.
You just
I mean-
invalidated the whole show.
No, I mean, the Redeemer is
The Redeemer is a pair of hair straighteners.
No, not for your number one, but for your other choices, like
the
Connie
Redeemer.
and
The
some
Redeemer
of
is
the
a
other
bloody
stuff.
shopping cart. Okay, it is a bloody shopping cart.
I just love the fact.
I
that
like
seat on
the
bottom one is
interior
upside
of
down.
the Redeemer. I
Well,
think they've done a good job on that interior.
if maybe someone should ask a question about what ships we like next week so that we can rant about that more, but unfortunately we are out of time. However, if you would like to see more of both myself and Fastcart, guess what? We will both be on the Astropub in 2 hours. So
2 hours.
join us there for some more shenanigans.
That's easy for you to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also more beer. Thanks, and we'll see you in the verse.
Hashtag ugly ships.